It's worn with jeans, skirts, sneakers and jackets. It's worn by top politicians. It's also worn at fashion shows as well as on weddings and even at front. In each of its crosses and stitches is Ukrainian history. On the World Vyshyvanka Day, its Ukrainian embroidered shirt, millions of people put on traditional costumes and go out in them on the streets, and not only in Ukraine, but also far beyond its borders.
This is neither Hryshchatyk in Kyiv, nor Deribasivska Street in Odessa, nor even Rynok Square in Lviv. These are the main streets of Toronto, Canada.
Glory to Ukraine!
In this video, the capital of the Czech Republic, Prague. And here is Australia, Sydney.
This is a willow and a viburnum over the pond, and a nightingale's song is charming.
In 2023, the war prevents residents of many Ukrainian cities from taking to the streets and squares in traditional attire. But on the eve of the holiday, representatives of the Book of World Records recorded the most massive simultaneous support for Vyshyvanka Day in 10 European countries.
Glory to Ukraine! Glory to heroes!
But an embroidered shirt is worn not only for a holiday.
I sometimes wear Vyshyvanka according to my mood, very often on the street, because it is so light and it's very good to be in it on the street in the spring.
This is a very cool piece of clothing, and it is not necessary to show our identity only on holidays, because historically it was worn not only for holidays, was worn in the everyday life.
There is a stereotype that an embroidered shirt is the clothes of poor villagers, but it is impossible to imagine the Ukrainian intellectuals of the 19th century without embroidery, historians say. Ivan Franko, Olena Pchilka, Lesya Ukrainka, Opanas Slastion, they all wore collected or described traditional clothes in their work.
Vyshyvanka was not the lot of the poor, unfortunate and grey. The fact is that it is expensively embroidered, rich embroidery, very rich clothes. How rich a person could be recognized by Vyshyvanka? There were poor people who had poor embroidered shirts. There were rich people who had rich embroidered shirts.
Vyshyvanka is not just an element of clothing, it is a symbol of ancestral memory, but also proof of the existence of Ukrainians as a separate nation. And this has always angered the enemies of Ukraine. That is why they tried to ban the wearing of embroidered shirts or to level their significance.
In 1861, a decree was issued by Alexander II about the ban on wearing distinguishing marks. And we know about opening cases, criminal cases, and in the 1870s, Kyiv police chief Gubina even issued a special decree that local registered Kyiv prostitutes should wear exclusively Ukrainian clothing in order to stop the popularity of Ukrainian clothing among young people. Of course, this prank didn't lead to anything.
All the efforts of the Russian Imperial and later the Soviet authorities did not work. May Musk, Jennifer Lopez, Billie Eilish, Adele, Demi Moore, Kelly, Rutherford, they all appeared in public in Ukrainian traditional clothes. The embroidered shirt survived the times of repressions, modernized and became a global trend. But during the full-scale war of Russia against Ukraine, the invaders are again trying to destroy it. They steal and take out ethnic costumes, Vyshyvankas are taken away from deported Ukrainian children, and even publicly they are burned. They are simply afraid of the strength of Ukrainian identity, says historian Marina Olinik.
The key moment is the symbol of Ukrainian identity, a symbol of Ukrainian history and a connection with the heroic past of Ukraine. It is dangerous for the Russian Federation, which is now. Their modern concept is the denial of Ukrainian identity as such.
Vyshyvankas accompany and protect Ukrainians in bomb shelters and evacuation trains. They are worn in refugee camps and volunteer headquarters, and they are already preparing one special one for Victory Day. Reported by Serhiy Kulas, Valeriia Nekypelova, UATV News.